We're back, and we got we're about to be on the clock again.
8 minutes and change for the Minnesota Vikings, who were on the clock earlier at 14th overall.
Waiting on the Titans at 22, and then it's us, and there's a couple good linemen right there.
And waiting on that Titans pick, and here comes the commissioner.
So wait on the see what the Titans do,
Bring up the commissioner.
and then it's us. Unless we trade again. Wouldn't put it past him.
Will the commissioner join in right now? He might lead. Go for it, commissioner. Good times never seem so good.
Once they get done with the song.
Tip your waitress. We'll be here all week. Try the Titans pick.
That was good. With the 22nd pick,
And then they go right back to
in the
Boone Goodell.
2021 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Caleb Farley, defensive back, Virginia Tech.
Oh, there you go. Well, Charles, hat tip to you for
All right.
that one, my friend. Again, fluid and fast.
It's our turn now. And we got a couple linemen. That guy Darrisaw, who I'd seen for whatever the mock drafts were worth, I'd seen mocked to the Vikings many, many times. And even if we take one of these line, Vikings fans aren't going to accept it because they're hardwired to be mad. But if we traded down, added a couple more mid-rounders, and still get a good lineman, oh boy. Slickness. The slickness. Come on. It's not 100% they're going to take one. Rashad Bateman's out there. Rashad Bateman's still out there. I don't know. I don't know how interested they'd be in taking a receiver here, but
Somebody heard that? I figured DJ probably picked the film for you. DJ likes to do that too. That was not touching more. I gotta be honest with you. That was not.
But
there was no reaching out there.
just like I would have hoped for a lineman at 14, I'm hoping for a lineman at 23. Well, for the most part, I'm just hoping they actually make a pick now and don't trade again, because then can kind of kick back and relax for the rest of the night. Because we're already 3 hours in. And they're going to commercial, so it's going to be a few minutes till they say anything. I'll see what they're talking about.
It's me. They go there thinking that they're going to hop up all these picks and get back in the second round.
Okay, for them to jettison this 23rd means they are giving up the fifth-year option, which is something with which Spielman is obsessed. You know, thus the Cordero Patterson trade into the first round, Harrison Smith, and so on. Teams like that fifth-year option. So I mean, I'd be shocked if they move out of this pick. And yeah, I'm with you. I believe
They always go
Christian
to commercial
Darrisaw,
right before the Vikings pick
tackle
in these drafts. I
Virginia
don't know.
Tech,
I think it's a
not only is the
conspiracy.
right pick,
They don't
I
like
believe
us.
He will be the pick. You know, charge out with this Tevin Jenkins team, man. He's got
I don't know the names in
this
this part of the draft as much because I wasn't expecting the Vikings to be drafting in this part of the draft.
He's got some
But
nasty to
yeah,
him,
that
man.
Darrisaw's still there if they
Maybe
want
the
him.
Vikings overall, you know, a
There's a
team
couple,
that
there's a couple linemen
I don't
there.
wanna say lacks personality
Maybe
or
Rashad
lacks
Bateman. I
leadership or
don't,
whatever,
you know,
but Daniil, great, quiet. Barr,
That,
quiet. Harrison Smith, quiet.
Quiddy Pay
Brian
got drafted
O'Neill,
a couple
quiet.
picks ago,
You know
so
what I'm
he's
saying?
gone.
And not everybody has to be, hey, get in here, I got one thing to say, and like be Ray Lewis, like rah-rah.
I think this is
Nasty
pretty,
players. And you know what? I shouldn't say that about
you know,
Brian
I
O'Neill.
would say pretty
He's
much
a nasty
no-brainer
player, and he'll block you out
to
of
take one of
bounds,
these
and, you know,
one of
he
these
blocked you
tackles,
to the
but
boundary, so
yeah.
yeah, but personality
You
and
never
and
know.
anger and vitriol, while
Rick might
controlled,
get slick
I think would
again.
fit this team well.
It would, just because he's a right tackle, I still think Christian Darrisaw is going to be the pick.
Darrisaw's a left tackle.
I'm saying because Jenkins
is a-
Jenkins is a
got
right
it.
tackle, I think Darrisaw is going to be the pick.
K-Fan's predicting
I like
alignment.
Jenkins. I
So,
think
oh,
Jenkins
pick is
a better
in.
prospect, but
Pick
we've
is
got a right
in.
tackle.
But they're on commercial, so they're not
Darrisaw
going to announce it
was,
for.
in my mind, an acceptable pick at 14.
So the pick is in.
And I
So
think
that means they
a
didn't
downright value
trade.
pick at
So
23
we're
for Minnesota,
getting
and I
somebody
think
right now.
I think that's where
Let's
we're
go.
gonna, Vikings will end up going here in just a few minutes.
In fact, the Vikings pick in a few minutes. NFL Network is at commercial. They won't make a selection during a commercial.
All right,
So
so
the Vikings,
we
Pittsburgh,
will
Jacksonville,
have a few more
Stefanski,
minutes of suspense.
Baltimore, New England, Green Bay, and so on and so on. Buffalo, Baltimore again, and the Super
I
Bowl
would say-
champions right at the end. Before they come back, Ben, the Vikings have made their pick. By the way, there's no trade.
The pick is in.
I'll be disappointed if they don't take one of these linemen who's there, because you can trade down and get extra picks and still get a good lineman.
His finish needs to be consistent. Inconsistent energy pulling on occasion.
And then you
Gets a
don't
little
take him.
out of
I'll be a
control
little
with his body positioning on some of his
I'll be a
kickout
little
blocks.
disappointed if they don't
NC
take
State
a lineman here.
2020. Arm overs win
If nothing
to
else,
his
because it's going to give the
inside gift when he
fucking
oversets
the
Old
Rick
Dominion 19,
haters and the Zimmer
snatches
haters
from
and the
offensive
Viking
linebackers and
fans.
beat him late in the down.
It's going to give them just even more ammunition to just be whiny and
does not create a lot of natural
go into a
depth
fit.
vertically. I mean, this is unbelievable.
He's really breaking this thing down. Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah.
Let's go, Coach Abe. So if it is Christian Darrisaw, in closing, they write,
Darrisaw.
we think the All-American tackle is an instant starter in the NFL and carries Pro Bowl potential.
I
We'll see
think
what happens.
Yeah, well, I think like I mentioned earlier, you're getting the most if they select him. You're getting the most naturally, physically strong.
All right, they're back from
offensive
commercial.
linemen in this draft, and I think
we're gonna get a pick now. Let's go.
Well, last year was obviously an entirely different situation for the NFL draft, and here's just a little trip down memory lane. That was Mike Zimmer's draft room there on the ranch. One of the stars of the draft was Bill Belichick's dog Nike, who took over Bill's war room, if you will, on night one, and then Cliff Kingsbury just had pretty much.
Yes, we all remember last year's draft being weird. So let's just
trying to
get
get a
off.
kid like that. Who among us wasn't thinking exactly that when we saw it? The Rams are in a mansion by the beach. They don't have a pick tonight, but they're getting ready for that. You know who does have a pick is the Vikings. They traded back.
Zimmer's looking pretty stylish in the war room there.
To Minnesota spot. The Vikings have come back
All right,
here
pick is in.
to where they are ready to select.
We are repicking who is going to join us in our quest for the Super Bowl.
To the stage right now, so we're ready for that pick again. The Vikings at selection number 23. Here comes the commissioner.
With the 23rd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Christian Darrisaw, tackle,
Yes.
Virginia Tech.
Yes.
Oh, I love this young man's story. Let's see the celebration in his home. Look at that. Can I tell you that Christian Darrisaw, coming out of
We drafted a lineman.
was ranked to be
Shut the fuck up now,
171st
will you?
best defensive tackle in the country. And now he's a first-round pick in the National Football League. That, Mel, is a great story.
Let's credit Rick Spielman. He worked it. He traded down. He got a left tackle, which is a key need area on that offensive line to help out Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook and company. Christian Darrisaw went to Fort Union Military Academy. They got Anthony Costanzo, Morgan Moses, Roman Oven, Michael Thomas, Eddie George. Then he goes to Virginia Tech. Dwayne Brown, Eugene Chung were former Hokies on the offensive line. Did a really good job.
Yeah, look at that guy.
2020, only allowed 3
Look at that guy. He's a
and one
beast.
sack. Now
He's
watch
a
that
beast.
Miami and Florida game went up against Quincy Roche, not Phillips, but rather Quincy Roche. Temple, then to Miami for Roche. Could be a 3rd or 4th round pick. Did a really good job. Moves well. Gets
Apologize
the
to Rick
second level,
Spielman,
takes
you
away the edge,
fucking dipshit
adjusted to
fans.
Inside moves, outside, inside, cut the lane off, great lateral movement. Shields well on the move. Played with a mean streak, punch and toss. He did a heck of a job in that game. He had a really good year overall. Solid, consistent season for a left tackle. But I thought could also be a really good
That was
right
worth the wait.
tackle for the Vikings.
We got our new left tackle.
He played at Virginia Tech. He will be their left tackle.
And here's the thing I love about him. You talk to the head coach, Justin Fuente. He came in as
Hopefully he's our guy for many, many years.
Powerful, great feet,
Great hit. He'll fit right into the system, Brady.
You hear the booing behind us. The reason for that is they have just announced that the Steelers are on the clock and raised the Steelers flag. And bear in mind, we are in Cleveland. The Steelers are not particularly popular.
So,
But the Steelers
yeah.
picking 24 now.
All right.
Christian Darrisaw is the second first-round offensive tackle from
So there we go.
Virginia Tech.
Darrisaw at left tackle, O'Neal at right tackle.
Dwayne Brown,
Cleveland stays at a guard.
who went to the Houston Texans, and
Bradbury
Gary Kubiak, I believe,
will either
26
still be
overall.
center, or
Christian
it's
Darrisaw
possible
is
we
the
could draft a
sixth
center.
Virginia Tech
And
player
then,
drafted by the
and then he's
Minnesota Vikings, and
a guard.
the only first
It's
rounder
coming together.
is the 13th Virginia Tech first rounder
And if
taken,
Darrisaw
sixth
pans out,
Vikings first round offensive tackle.
We got
And,
our
Christian
bookend tackles
Darrisaw
for many years to come.
Is, Christian Darrisaw
So,
is taken
I don't want to hear any more. Oh, Rich Spielman's ignoring the offensive line. He doesn't care.
To recap, it's not
Because he
glitzy,
just
it's not
drafted an
sexy,
offensive
but it
line.
absolutely was
And that
needed.
makes
An offensive lineman, somebody
17,
you
18,
can
19,
put
20.
in
That
and
makes
play right
5
now.
years in a row.
That's gonna be
He's
Christian
drafted at
Darrisaw,
least one
34,
offensive lineman in the
starts at left
first
tackle
3
over
rounds of the
3
draft,
consecutive
including
years.
obviously now
And,
a couple first round
they
picks.
got
So
that
shut the fuck
23rd
up with
pick.
your
If
dumbass
you're just
narrative
joining us, this
about how
show's
Rick
courtesy of
Spielman
Pilot
ignores
Games.
the
They got
offensive
that
line
pick
and
by
doesn't care about the
trading
offensive line
with,
and
the
doesn't
Jets,
make
and the
moves
Jets
to
moved up to 14 to take Elijah
fix the
Vera
offensive
Tucker.
line.
Again, the power trip,
Because he
mobbed
just did
9
it
to
again.
noon, the
And
Pilot
in the
Games
process,
piece intel
he picked
was,
up a couple more
I believe
picks
the Vikings
that they
have
can maybe
Elijah Vera
use
Tucker and
to
Christian
trade up,
Darrisaw very
or maybe
closely
just stand
ranked.
pat. I mean, this
So
isn't this,
Spielman
you know,
clearly got intel. He could get
this isn't a
Darrisaw
bad year
where
to
he
have a
got
lot
him.
of those
The
mid
two
rounders.
third-round
I'm not
picks,
talking about
they
like the
now have
6th, 7th
8
rounders,
picks in
but like the
rounds 3 and
thirds and
4.
the
I
threes
would
and
be
fours.
shocked.
Because you had a
The
college
same thing
season
I
where
said 9 to
guys
noon
didn't play.
last month. I
You
would
know,
be
nobody
blown
nobody
away
played
if
full
San
seasons.
Francisco
A lot
takes
of players
Mac
opted
Jones.
out.
Doesn't make sense,
You know,
but the way
I think
Shanahan
it's a
runs his
little
offense, I'm
more,
saying the same thing right now.
you know,
I would be flabbergasted if the Vikings do not have a second-round pick with all of
it's a
the
little more of a
capital that
crapshoot
they
with
have
some of those
because
guys than
Yeah, same here. I
than
think
normal.
they
So,
take all of that, those 8
you know,
picks
he
in
likes
the
to have
third
his
and
he likes
fourth
to have
round.
his
They
lottery
take it
tickets.
back into the second round.
And this
Charles, you
this
said it
is a good
yourself,
year to
and
have
I'm
lottery
with you
tickets in
that
those third and
first
fourth
and
rounds.
second
But I
round
wouldn't be
guys,
surprised if he trades
you're
up.
counted on to start.
This is it for tonight,
And
though.
produce
He,
the
you know,
first
he's not
year.
going to trade
Third round guys
from the third
you know,
round up into
you
the
could, might
first
surprise
round.
Answer,
So,
yeah, you can. Fourth round,
but hey,
and
that
on
was worth the
down.
wait.
Most
Took
likely
3 hours.
developmental guys
I mean,
play in the
obviously we
second
weren't going to
year
draft at 7,
and
but
beyond, and hopefully they become
took an
consistent
extra
starters and they
hour and
produce.
change
The
to
first and
get to our
second
pick.
round guys,
But that
you
was a
need
damn
them to
good pick.
play, and usually those guys do play at a high level their first year. So I think that they package up some
And,
deals, get back into the second round.
you know, things are
then-
coming
then you debate
together.
on, do you
We
go
got
after
we
another
got some
offensive
slick
lineman?
Rickness,
You use that pick on
and we got a damn
defensive
good
end that you think that
pick
can be
that,
an impact player.
you know,
You don't have to just find a
you know,
diamond in the rough for
again,
for
take the mock
Andre
drafts for
Patterson,
whatever
some
they
guy that
are.
can actually play
I'd
right
seen
now,
mock
like
drafts
a Ronnie Perkins from
with the Vikings
Oklahoma
taking this
that can
guy
come off the edge and be an
at
absolute
14.
disruptor in some
So,
package game and get after
I am very, very satisfied. We are
we have Mike
building
Zimmer
it.
joining us very shortly. Coach Zimmer, Paul Allen,
We're still going to draft some more
Paul
linemen.
Charchian, Christian Darrisaw. He's a new member of the Minnesota Vikings after you guys traded back. Congratulations!
I wouldn't be surprised if we take like a defensive player with the whatever the next pick, whenever the next pick is. Who knows when they're going to pick for the first time
Well, he's got
on day
great
2.
size, Paul, and welcome to all of you as
So
well.
I'm going to
But,
listen to Zimmer.
he's got great size.
Vikings
He's
fans,
a
the
very
real ones,
athletic
the ones who
guy.
aren't Bears fans now because
You
we
know,
didn't
he
draft Justin
moves
Fields and
well.
now he's a Bear.
Gave up 0 sacks this
hey,
past season. But
got a
he's
good
he's
pick.
good